Time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke. Talk to him. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
We want smoke, ayy. We want smoke, ayy. We want smoke, ayy. We want smoke. What's going on, guys? It's good to be back, man. Sorry we had to take a couple more days off because I had to get this beautiful setup that you're looking at right now all together. So obviously you can see we got the new layout, got the Blunt Ratings card up there. You know what I mean? A little play off the old Blunt Ratings cards. Those will be coming back soon, but we got the whole layout together, man. So now we'll be able to do the Blunt Ratings and make it look super official and professional and all those things that I have to do in order to be happy with the product I'm presenting. So without further ado, who's looking forward to the Royal Rumble, man? It's Royal Rumble season, WrestleMania season. Royal Rumbles this weekend. I'm excited. We will be doing, we won't be doing a live watch party because I'll be out of town, unfortunately, but we will be doing predictions tomorrow. Looking forward to that. So got the whole gang coming back. So we'll see Trav and Two-Face and Physics tomorrow for predictions. But yeah, man, we got a episode of Monday Night Raw to talk about. You heard the rules in the intro. You know how we do, man. We do our reviews a little bit different. We break them down into 5 categories. And, the first category we start off with is promos and backstage segments. What's up, Gruss? What's up, Kid Get Money, Wild Nation, gang, gang. Appreciate y'all in here early as always, man. Appreciate y'all so much. You already know what it is. Promos and backstage segments. The show started off with WWE Championship weigh-in, Brock and Bobby, and Brock just kept disrespecting Bobby at the end of the day. It is what it is. So I don't know. I guess Bobby has the win because it's going to be like Booker T and Triple H all over again, without the overt racism, I guess. But they can't just do Bobby. I mean, they're giving him great video packages, but Brock don't care. So it is what it is. We obviously had a bunch of promos building up to the Rumble, a bunch of more people declaring themselves for the Rumble. Sonya Deville got caught backstage scolding Damian Priest after his match. We'll talk about that in a second. Probably the best promo of the night or segment of the night was the Alpha Academy's academic decathlon or whatever it was. It was hilarious because it was a mess. Like, they decided to do a spelling bee for the first round. Now, this is the Alpha Academy academic decathlon. Athletic decathlon. Hold on, all those words. Alpha Academy academic decathlon. All those words. I need you to remember those words. Okay, so they decided to do a spelling bee because obviously spelling is part of academics. You should probably know how to spell. But so they did a spelling bee. The first word, Otis had to spell some word. They put the word on the screen, and I think he was supposed to get the word right. But he definitely left out a letter at the end, and because he mumbles, I guess, they were able to just breeze past. Like, he spelled the word wrong, and everybody celebrated like he got it right. Because he was supposed to spell it right, but still spelled it wrong. It just started. The whole package just started. You fuck up the first line. Damn it, Otis. So he did that, and then they had Riddle. Riddle's word was calibrates. First of all, he was, can you use it in a sentence? It's like, and then he was like, yo, can you use it? Can you use it in letters? Can you spell it in letters? I was like, bro, he can't spell the word for you. That shit was hilarious. And then and then he was like, oh, calibrate. Like, I calibrate my scales when I I was like, no, you can't make drug dealer references on. Why do you have a scale? Why are you calibrating it? Oh my God, are you? I mean, I know some people have scales to make sure they're not getting ripped off, but damn it, man. He's making drug dealer reference. He's a good drug dealer, though. You should always calibrate your scales, make sure you're not losing money or ripping people off. It's just something you should do. So it's called the tear button, motherfucker. Understand? You could take them apart too and put them back. Anyways, that's too much information. But yeah, so this segment was hilarious. It still wasn't over because then Chad, who is definitely the new millennia Kurt Angle. He's like the Kurt Angle for this era. Kurt Angle was hilarious and also supremely talented in the ring. And Chad Gable's pretty much the same. He's damn near a spitting image. Like, how did they pick his tag team partner to be Kurt Angle's son? We talked about that for years. We don't need to go back to that. Anyways, it's probably good that they didn't. So he got his word, and his word was, I can't even remember the word. I can't remember the word, but it sounded like another word, and he spelled the word that it's dissolution. They said that the word they gave him was disillusioned or dissolution, and he spelled disillusioned or vice versa or whatever. Just by being arrogant and thinking he knew what he was talking about, he spelled the wrong word and got his answer wrong. And then Randy Orton had to spell dumbbell, which is a word I hate spelling because I always forget that there's two B's right there because it just doesn't. It's one word. Why would you have two B's? But it's two B's always. So just make it two separate words. But I guess that means the bell would be dumb if it was two separate words. So you got to put it together. Then it's a dumbbell. Are they trying to say people who lift weights are stupid? I don't even know where that word came from. Anyways, it all got messed up. The whole thing got messed up because Randy and RK Bro as a whole kind of beat up Alpha Academy, and Randy challenged Chad Gable. Damn, his name almost slipped my fucking mind that fast. Randy challenged Chad Gable to a match, which I was like, oh hell yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. I would love to see these two. And I mean, I know he lost to him a few times, but Chad wasn't. I feel like this month now that they won the belts, we can all take him seriously. So he should start winning these matches more, even though they did win the titles. But you know what I mean? These one-on-one matches. He should be on that level of the Randy Ortons and guys like that is what I'm trying to say because he's that damn good. And with everything when it comes to pro wrestling. So the Athletic Decathlon was great. Riddle said since they won this round, though, they get to pick the next round. So first of all, there's two things here. It's the Alpha Academy, athletic or academic decathlon. How RK Bro? When was that put in the rules that they got to pick something that was in? That wasn't. It was to test whether they were worthy of a championship. So I'm so confused. Is it the? Didn't RK Bro already do their thing with the tag title tournament thing? Why are they still in Alpha Academy's gimmick right there? That was just weird. But anyways, RK Bro, Riddle said they're going to do a scooter race next week, which has nothing to do with academics. So I guess he said we're going to take it to gym class. So that's their kind of connection because I guess gym is a class technically, but it's also athletics, and it's supposed to be an academic decathlon. I don't care about that as much because it was entertaining as fuck, honestly. It's probably the most entertaining thing on the show last night. It was the most entertaining thing on the show last night. Raw was pretty decent. We'll get into that a little bit. But we had another Alexa Bliss segment. Her creative is still horrible. This was one of the worst things on the show. It has been. I know she's going to blame us for not being patient and fans for not knowing what they're talking about, but we're watching it and it sucks. So I know WWE apparently filed a trademark recently for the goddess, so hopefully she is reverting back to the gimmick that made her a 5-time champion and made everybody love her in the first fucking place before she just latched on to the Fiend, who's been fired since, and none of this makes any sense. So I'm good on Alexa Bliss until she gives me something interesting to watch. Vince McMahon, I know y'all saw this. Why was he looking at Austin Theory's ass on the way out the office? Like, I know I wasn't the only one who saw that, right? First of all, I've already compared this to the whole creepy Family Guy situation with Chris and the old man. Like Vince just looking like he wants to molest Austin Theory every time he comes into office, and it's so creepy. But this time he was like scolding him and telling him he better win the Royal Rumble, and you know Austin's asking him to give him a you know, number 29 if he can. Vince is like, what makes you think I can rig? Bitch, we know you rig it. It's your decision. Everything's your decision. Shut up. It was like when Austin left the office, Vince was like he was trying to check out. I was like, no, I was right. This is creepy. Like, oh man, listen, I hope that was just, man, I don't know what it was. I don't even want to insinuate, or I guess I already have, but I'm just, it made me uncomfortable is what I'm trying to say. I ain't like the old man checking out Austin's ass on his way out the office. That just made me very uncomfortable. I'm sorry it did. But we also had a Becky Lynch and a Doudrop sit-down interview. The most interesting part about this was that they probably should have just done it in the same room. Becky basically was being hella condescending. I don't know if she's the babyface or the heel in this situation. Jimmy fucked up off the break because he was the one conducting the interview with the two ladies. But he said that Doudrop has been running through the competition to get to Becky. I was like, bitch, she lost to Bianca 3 times, and Becky helped her win the match that she got to even get to who she ran through. What are you talking about, Jimmy? She's a loser. She hasn't won shit. What are you talking about? The match she did win, she got help from the person that she's about to possess. It was bad off the break. And Becky actually corrected him. It's like, actually, she's there because I helped her. So let's clear that up, first of all. But Doudrop wasn't here for the condensation. She wasn't here for the condescending shit. So she they were in separate cameras, separate mics, separate spaces. Like if you go, like you would think that one of them's in a whole different location. So they doing. No, apparently they were in the locker room. They were probably in the same side of the same locker room, just on different sides of it, or they were right next door because Doudrop just took over Mike and said, "Oh fuck this," and just walked into Becky Lynch's shot and just start beating her up. So I was like, she was literally right next door. Why didn't they just do the interview in the same? I guess. But what else happened after that? Oh, Ray and Dom finally cutting an endearing family promo. It's probably the first one, honestly. Probably the first endearing family promo where I was like, oh, these guys aren't annoying. Oh, look at that. Nice father and son moment. I don't remember exactly what happened. I remember Ray being hyped that he was on the cover of 2K and Dom being like, I can't wait to be on cover. Ray's like, a even better moment would be if my son could, be on, that cover one day too. And I'm like, damn, bro, you've been wrestling for 30 years. I hope he fills those shoes. You know what I mean? But Ray had a very specific gimmick, and there was nobody like him, especially at the time when he was doing his thing. Even the Dean Malenkos and Eddie Guerrero, they weren't Rey Mysterio. Like, they just weren't. You know what I mean? God rest Eddie's soul, and shout out to Dean Malenko, the 2 legends, all-time greats. But none of them were Rey Mysterio. He was just a different type. He was so small and so athletic. It was just, so that's a lot for Dom to live up to, especially because he doesn't have that niche. He's a regular sized guy, 6 foot, look like he's 6, my height, maybe a little taller. Yeah, so we'll see. I hope Dom has a long career in WWE because he's talented. And he's getting better as far as talking. He's better than some people already. He's better than Dana Brooke. Lord knows. She sounds like she's reading from a children's book every time she talks. Anyways, Seth Rollins was dressed up like a snake going to a funeral. I don't know if anybody... Oh, Becky was dressed as a mirror. I don't know if anybody caught that. She was wearing a mirror. I never seen anybody wear a mirror before, but Becky pulled it off. It looked dope, too. It was actually a dope dress. I'm into fashion, so I could appreciate that. But what Seth was wearing, no. He was wearing a snakeskin trench coat with all black on, and it looked like he had, some snakes he had to bury, and he was mourning his friends. So, and then we ended the show off with Maurice's birthday celebration. I think we all knew how this was going to end, with Edge and Beth interrupting it. And yeah, Beth looked like she could fuck everybody in the matchup, including Edge. Like, she came out like she's jacked. Like, damn. Like, she got 2 kids and she looks like that. She's a whole mom of 2 adult children. Well, not adult, 2 little kids. Like, and she's, I mean, not my taste of woman, but damn, she looks like she could fuck some people up still. And she's got to be 40, right? Pushing it or close. Like, Beth Phoenix is amazing and can still clearly go in the ring. Like, she's knocking people out, beat up all the security that Miz had out there. So promos and backstage segments, obviously it takes up most of the show usually. When it comes to Monday Night Raw, it's always the longest part of the show to talk about on the Blunt ratings. They were okay. I enjoyed a lot of it, but some of it was just like poo-poo. And I felt like it wasn't the greatest build to the Rumble. Like I don't care about the grit couple versus the it couple. I don't. They've done their best to make it entertaining. This feels like some WrestleMania shit. Some shit that feels like they should do at WrestleMania because it's like a WrestleMania, like the 2 big couples like fighting at WrestleMania in a cool down match. Like, it's just for the Royal Rumble, I don't know. But Becky and Doudrop segment was good. Obviously, the academic decathlon, which is going to turn into an athletic decathlon next week. That segment was amazing. But the rest of it was kind of just forgettable. Honestly, I don't like Brock disrespected Bobby like he's been doing. Kind of just, I mean, it's setting him up to lose. He better lose, or it just makes Lashley look like a fucking sucker. So they got to put that belt back on Lashley, and then Brock could go chase down Roman and all that shit after Roman beats Seth, because Roman is gonna beat Seth. I'm doing my predictions early, but I'm just saying. So I gave promos and backstage segments 2.5. I might be being harsh, but I don't know. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. It's like middle of the road, like right in the middle. It wasn't nothing great. Nobody gave in. There was no pipe bombs and no crazy backstage segments. Vince McMahon still creeps me out. He looks like a corpse at this point. Not wishing any harm on him, obviously, but he just looks dry. He looks old and dry. He looks like a snake who's about to shed his skin. The old dry skin on a snake is my second snake reference in this. He looks like when a snake's skin get real dry and he's about to shed it. That's what Vince looks like now. It's bad. That's fucked up, but it's bad. He looks old as hell. But as long as I don't know if he's enjoying his life, but he's rich as fuck, and he's probably about to sell the company at some point. So it is what it is. 2.5 for promos and backstage segments. You guys let me know in the comments if you agree or not. Now let's talk about the matches. Bianca Belair beat Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is a nobody. She's a tag team champion, though. No one cares about those women tag team titles. Where are the Iconics? They were the only ones who ever made those titles relevant. Name another team of women that made those titles. Oh, I'm sorry. Sasha and Bayley were definitely the best tag team champions. I'm sorry. My bad. They were by far the best tag team champions, Sasha and Bayley. Not even close. But the Iconics were right there behind them, and a great tag team. And they were apparently offered the opportunity to come back in the Rumble and turned it down, which was smart on them because they just left. Didn't make any sense. And it just looks like WWE using people that used to work for the company when they need them instead of giving them a check when they're weekly. I'd be like, fuck you too. But yeah, so Bianca beat Zelina. Kevin Owens beat Damian Priest by DQ, though, because, KO was trying to fake an injury again, and Damian wasn't having it, so he snapped and just started beating KO down until he got DQ'd, which has happened a number of times, and it's just not working. Damian is not over. I'm pretty sure I heard him get booed. KO is getting cheered. The crowd was counting those 2 counts like they wanted KO to win so bad, and then they booed when it ended in a DQ. KO is obviously one of the most over wrestlers on the planet, you know what I mean? And he's going up against someone who doesn't really have a gimmick. I don't know what game he's Damian, like he snaps when you lie to him or you fight him, but he's a wrestler. I don't know what his gimmick is. It confuses me. Plus, I hate his face. Honestly, I just hate his face. He needs a beard. He looks he looks old and young at the same time, and it confuses me and it makes me mad. I don't know what's. It makes me angry. I can't figure out why. I was just looking at his face, and I'm like, are you young or old? I can't. I don't know. I don't know if it even matters, but I just can't tell, and it makes me angry. So, we had a 6-woman tag match between Tamina, Nikki, and Carmella. On that was one team. So yes, Carmella's on the same team with Nikki, the woman she's been making fun of for like the last 3 months, the woman who she said was holding the woman she's about to fight on the other team back, but now she's teaming with her. And what the fuck does this company be doing? Do they think we not watched the show the week before? Do they think, like, I guess they assume just based on the ratings that people skip segments and they just don't watch the entire. So, like, we could slide it by them. No one knew that these guys don't like each other, but we're just going to put them on a team. But, yeah, so they went up against, who was it? Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Dana Brooke, obviously, who, once again, the stiffest promo in all of WWE, Dana Brooke. I hate hearing her talk. Like, it literally sounds like she's reading off of cue cards, and, you know, it's really bad. Like, it's just bad hearing her talk. I'm sorry. It's no offense. She's probably a great person, but Lord, hearing her talk is annoying as hell. Orton beat Chad Gable, and the baby faces won that match. By the way, Rhea, Liv, and Dana. Orton beat Chad Gable in their one-on-one match that Orton challenged him to with an RKO. And, yeah, he got saved by Riddle, who beat the shit out of Otis outside the ring with, like, I don't know what it was, some kind of instrument or toy or something that was out there. And AJ Styles beat Austin Theory in it was definitely the best match of the night. It was between this match and the Orton and Gable match. I'll give this match of the night because this Austin Theory's a beast. He did a standing blockbuster. I don't even know how you have the time to rotate that much to even do that move, but it was beautiful. And AJ Styles, obviously, he's like 40,000 years old and still wrestles like Shawn Michaels in his 30s. So, you know what I mean? Gonna get a good match. And AJ Styles won with a phenomenal forearm. So Austin Theory is probably gonna get in trouble with Vince McMahon. And I just hope he. Never mind, I'm going to leave that alone. And then we had the Street Profits facing off against the Mysterios again, continuing their feud. Baby faces versus baby faces. It's just like, we're just friends. We're going to go play Xbox together later, but let's fight first. It's what it feels like. But it's building up to the Rumble, the whole every man for himself thing. It's like to point out that Montez Ford has the craziest hops of any wrestler of all time. Am I wrong? Can somebody disagree with me? Please, I'm going to go check the comments in a minute. I'm pretty sure that Montez Ford has the most elite hops or vertical or launching ability, whatever you want to call it, of anyone I've ever seen. He did a dive outside the ring, my niggas. I need to make, this should have been the thumbnail. I don't even know why I put Brock as the thumbnail. This should have been the thumbnail. He did a dive over the ring and did the Superman pose with his full arm like this and didn't move. He didn't break the pose. Even when he landed, that's when he finally broke my nigga. He flipped though. He did this spinning in the air in this pose without breaking the pose. And then when he landed is when he finally broke the pose. It was one of the most amazing things I saw. Like, you see the Usos posing when they do flashes and different, but he was so stiff and agile at the same, it was like frozen and flipping. It was beautiful. He's maybe it's hyperbole. He might be the greatest athlete I've ever seen in a wrestling ring. He could clearly dunk a basketball, right? He could probably dunk on a 12-foot goal. Like, he's remarkable at how high this dude could get, and how on this dive it was like how far. They were like halfway up the ramp, and he still reached them. I was like, yo, Montez is amazing, man. I enjoyed this. This match was fun. There was a standoff at the end where they were all throwing each other out the ring again, and then the Dirty Dogs came out and threw them out, and then it was a big melee. It was fun. Fun way to, end the last match of the night. I gave the matches for the night 2.75 blunts. Obviously, there was no barn burners. Well, actually, I would maybe give the AJ Styles Austin Theory match a barn burner. It went like 15 minutes, maybe a touch longer, shorter or longer. Orton and Gable got a little bit of time. Those were the only two good matches on the show, though. The main event was fun. Well, I can't call it the main event. The last match was fun. But, as far as wrestling, KO and Damian Priest, I hated the way that match ended. Even though the wrestling was okay, I'm not a big fan of Damian Priest in the ring. He's just lanky and just, man, I feel like I'm hard on him. And, I know, before he came to WWE and, Punishment Martinez, he was hot and all that. I think he needs more edge to his gimmick. And not like, oh, I'm a snap if you do what you're supposed to do. Like, if you try to trick me or if you try to beat me, I'm going to snap. Like, nigga, that's what they supposed to do. So you should just be in snap mode already and just... I don't get his gimmick. I think I said that earlier. But let's move on to storytelling, guys. Storytelling on the show is pretty good. I mean, we're building up to the Royal Rumble. It's WrestleMania season. You're going to get a lot of, decent stories. I think that it also gets a little convoluted and messy when you're doing a Rumble because you got people who normally wouldn't be fighting. You got baby faces against baby faces. Things that aren't going to continue directly. As soon as the Rumble's over, the Mysterios and, Street Profits don't have no reason to go at each other unless they're fighting for a title in a fatal 4-way tag match or some shit. So, which would be cool at WrestleMania. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And Raw has enough tag teams to do it. You got those two teams. You got the two teams, the RK Bro and Alpha Academy. You take those other two teams, Street Profits, Mysterios. You got your fatal 4-way tag match at WrestleMania. Boom, boom, boom. You're welcome. So I think that was pretty cool as far as storytelling, what they're doing with tag teams and all that stuff. I think the Royal Rumble build-up could be a little better on the women's side because they kind of already announced, like, some of the biggest things they were doing a couple weeks ago with Mickie James and some of the people that were ladies that were returning, Lita and whatnot. And they didn't really... They still talked about it. It didn't feel as big now going into the rest. So maybe they should have saved those announcements for this week leading into it. Then people that got really juiced the week of the Rumble, maybe they should have done that. But like I said, I put this down here one more time. Don't understand Damian Priest. KO definitely should have won that match. The crowd wanted it. I wanted it. Everybody wanted it. McMahon is still a creep for Austin Theory. I don't know what's happening there. Becky Lynch is still in God mode when it comes to being a super duper star in professional wrestling. I enjoyed the storytelling just because I'm always excited during this season of wrestling because it's WrestleMania season, man. And WrestleMania is going to be massive this year, another 2-night event. I'm really contemplating on going, but it's just going to be such an expensive trip. That's minimum $5,000 for the weekend, like minimum. You already know. So it's like, do I want to do that? Really? You know what I mean? Because if I go, I'm taking the whole fam. Like my wife and my son got to go too. So but it just seems like it's going to be so much fun this year being in that stadium. But I gave storytelling 3.25 blunts. Hope you guys agree. Commentary had some good lines, mainly in the first half of the show. I thought Corey and Byron were on it all night. These two guys just have such good chemistry. Honestly, I love them, and I hope Byron Saxton doesn't ever feel bullied or Corey isn't actually bullying him or becoming, that guy. I hope this is everything is just a work and these guys actually love each other, which I assume is the case. But Corey told Saxton, he said, "You nearly had a date once, but we don't talk about things that almost happened." And then Byron called Mella a walking horror film at one point. I chuckled when he said that. It was more about Jimmy's reaction that made me laugh. He's like, "What'd you say?" Oh yeah. Corey said Riddle spends most of his time in Ohio without the O's. The blatant weed references that this company makes now after suspending so many people for weed for so many years. It's just, I mean, thanks for changing with the times, I guess, but damn, man, it's just so crazy. They might as well just have him come out with a blunt in his mouth. He be looking so high. Riddle be looking so high. But yeah, Byron called Randy the apex speller during the spelling bee. That was horribly cheesy, but I chuckled. I ain't gonna lie. And the commentary had high energy all night. Jimmy is just a ball of energy when he's giving commentary, and so is Corey and Byron. I think that's. Well, no, I can't say anything about the SmackDown team because Lord knows Pat McAfee is just a ball of energy himself. So I think they just have 3 guys like that on Raw, so the energy is always on 10. So I gave commentary, man. I gave them a good score, man. I gave commentary 3.5 blunts, man. I think they did pretty good last night. Like I said, high energy. And for the crowd, Ohio with the O's. Ohio with the O's. I gave you guys 4 blunts because you were on fire all last night, especially for the tags, the athletic, academic decathlon. They were on fire. They booed the shit out of the Miz and Maurice, even though Miz is from, I think they were in Cincinnati or somewhere like that. They weren't in Cleveland, I don't think, because Cleveland loves the Miz, obviously. But yeah, so it was something about him having to wear a Bengals jersey this weekend. I don't know what the hell that was about. Maybe there's something I missed. But yeah, crowd gave him 4 blunts. That's an average blunt rating of 3.2. What is that? That's a silver badge. That's a silver blunt, right? Boom. Look, we got the animations and everything, y'all. Look at that. You got the silver blunt right there. So it's all new and it's all beautiful. I love it. I love you guys, man. I appreciate y'all coming through as always. Let me see what we got in here as far as the chat. Let's see. Two-Face will acknowledge me. Two-Face said, yeah, his minions will bow this weekend during predictions. We're doing predictions tomorrow, so be here live for that. Raw was watchable this week. Yes, Raw was watchable. Silver Blunt show, definitely a watchable show. No more attacks on Seth. That's what it was. It was too many attacks on Seth Rollins and seeing too much CM Punk slander. So Two-Face got banned. He's back though this week. So yeah, can you use it with letters? Had me rolling. Yo, that had me dying. Yo, that was like some high shit. That man, Riddle is this tag team feud is amazing because all these guys, including Randy, are good at comedy. So it's just all working. Like I've been, a proponent, advocate for Gable and Otis becoming tag team champions. So obviously I was elated when it happened. Raw came to an extent of where it's watchable or otherwise. Watchable is acceptable for Monday Night Raw. I think that's acceptable for any WWE program. And SmackDown isn't what it was during the Roman and Jimmy Uso feud. That was a high point for SmackDown, which is pretty funny because there was no crowd. I think it's more so about the feuds that Roman's been put in, and there's been nothing as personal or as intense. But maybe we'll get something with this Seth and Roman thing if they stretch it out until WrestleMania. But I think we're going to get Roman and Brock. So I think this Seth and Roman thing is just something for Roman to do for the Rumble, honestly, which sucks for Seth. But I'm sure he'll stay in the title picture because he's Seth freaking Wait a minute. I ain't even get to mention this. Did they give this man a middle name? Did they really change his name from Seth Rollins to Seth freaking Rollins? Do they freaking? That's not cool, W. It's only cool when he says it. It's not cool when you spell it out on a TV screen in quotations like that's part of his actual name. Now it's stupid. It used to be cool when he said it. Yeah, I'm Seth freaking Rollins. Because it wasn't his actual name. Now it has no meaning. Do you understand that? Do you understand that it had the freaking part that has no meaning anymore? You took all the juice out of it by making it a part of his actual name. Now when he says it, it's like he has to say it because it's just part of his fucking name. It's not something that he believes or just he's not gassing himself anymore. It's just his fucking name. Y'all are stupid. Why do y'all ruin everything? Who the fuck is Gunther? I ain't even get to talk to y'all about what is a Gunther? What is a Gunther? What is a Gunther? What is that? What is a Gunther? I know what a Walter is. I know who the longest reigning NXT UK champion of all time is. I know who that was. Who Who is Gunther? Sons of bitches. God, I hate y'all. Anyways, the show got a 3.2 Silver Blur. Sorry, my rant, man. It's just, oh my God, this company. Remember Bray Wyatt got lame into a repackaged feed? Yeah. Bray Wyatt never got lame. His booking got lame. I think Bray Wyatt has always been a creative genius. They just, obviously, he was a problem backstage because they wouldn't let him do anything he wanted to do. That was all the company, man. I don't think, yeah, he got lame because of them, just like Alexa got lame because of them, just like Charlotte, kind of got lame because of them, just like so many other people fall off because of them. Roman Reigns could have always been this person. He was lame because of them. It's the fucking writers and not even the writers. I can't even blame the writers because we've heard stories. The writers have all these tremendous ideas. They have hundreds of thousands of ideas because they're massive fans. And then they take that shit to Vince and he's like, what do I pay you for? so yeah, I can see. Let's see. Shreddy Betty got the Patrick Price Beth Phoenix. Call her Shreddy Betty. Oh man, Bobby and Naomi got to get their yeah. Facts. That's big old facts right there. Got to put that one on the screen because this is truth. If they don't get both of them. And it's, damn, I almost forgot about Naomi. Why aren't they doing this match at the pay-per-view? Why is she fighting her it's on SmackDown, right? Like, the build-up for this feels like it should have been at a pay-per-view. Unless they're going to continue it and then they're really going to have a blow-off at WrestleMania, which they kind of have to do at this point. It's been like a 4-month feud, and at this point, the build-up's kind of strong if Naomi wins. But if she don't win, this shit's trash. I'm sorry. It's the mascara. Yes. Okay. This is an accurate. I think this is it. I think this is what bothers me. I think you hit the nail on the head. The mascara. Why are you wearing makeup? I don't like it. It's just, it looks weird. I thought that is mascara. I thought it was just his eyes maybe, but he's wearing makeup. It looks weird. And I don't like it. It makes me want to punch his face, but he probably whooped my ass. He's like 6'8". I don't want no problems. DVI said AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the world. If people do view Daniel Bryan as the following, I don't mind AJ Styles at NXT as long as he keeps grinding. He wrestled in 18 wrestling. Yeah, if anyone disagrees with, I don't know, with the best, at this point, there are people named Will Ospreay and Ray Phoenix and Jonathan Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Bryan. And there's Kenny Omega. There's a lot of people that could claim that title as the very best wrestler. AJ Styles is among them. And nobody's going to argue with that. If they are, I can't really... I respect them as people. I just can't respect their wrestling opinion because he's clearly one of the best wrestlers on the planet still in his 40s, which is just a crazy thought. But Tom Brady, still having MVP seasons at 44. So, and he gets hit for real. So, I don't know. Hopefully he can win. I think he'll win a world title again before he retires. He's under contract for a few more years. That's why he's not on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's part of it. Like, he knows, and that's why he won against Austin Theory. He's not just going to be out here putting young guys over at the risk of burying himself. AJ's not going for that. He's not going to do what Finn Balor's doing right now. Finn Balor to AEW confirmed. So yeah, AJ Styles will be released after WrestleMania. Gruss, stop the slander. That is not happening. Finn Balor, I could definitely see that happening to him. Guess who else I could see that happening to? Damian Priest. He's not over, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Y'all heard the crowd last night. Damian Priest is not over. Nobody was feeling that shit. Everybody wanted KO to beat his ass. And they were mad when he didn't. So Lalo has finally made the jump to Xbox. What do you mean, bro? What the jump? Huh? The jump? Bro, the Xbox day, bro. I was playing the original Xbox, my nigga. I've been playing Gears of War since Gears of War 1, my nigga. That's why I got back into video games because the Xbox came out, my nigga. Like, stop playing with me, boy. I'm Xbox for life. PlayStation is dead. Xbox just bought, they got everything. How you buy Call of Duty? Nigga, it's the biggest IP in gaming history. Like, how you just buy it like we own this shit now. We'll let y'all still use it, though, because we nice, but we own it now. Damn, they buying everything, man. $68 billion. You could buy a video game studio for $68 billion. Video games are so amazing. Do you see the WW2K commercial? It was an amazing commercial, real meta commercial. I can't wait Physics gonna be doing the news when we do the podcast. We'll get to talk about stuff like this, but just the look of that commercial, just the meta, how they had, people backstage filming chair shots, and it was a great commercial. Made me look forward to the game, even though I haven't. Wait a minute, I just saw this comment. Probably the most accurate description of Damian Priest I've seen. He looks like he smells like cigarettes. That's Thank you, Saran. Thank you for that so much. That is amazingly accurate. Amazingly accurate. Oh, man, he definitely looks like he smells like cigarettes. But the WW2K, even though I haven't played one in a couple years because the games are always trash, this one actually looks good, and I think these next-gen consoles are going to help the game out massively. These new engines on these new consoles are crazy. I've been playing a lot of Forza 5 lately, a lot of it, and the game looks so beautiful. The hair mechanics on WWE2K look way better. It doesn't look like people's hair will look like a pack of ramen noodles that hasn't been cooked yet, just moving up and down on the screen. Hopefully the hair will flow and the game will look good and play good and not be so fucking, what do you call it? What's the word? Sim, that you got to push 75 buttons to do one move. That's why I stopped playing those games. Like, it's just too much. You know what I mean? It's like I just want SmackDown versus Raw. Give me the good old shit where I can hit one button and do a move. You know what I mean? It was fun. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of good things going on in wrestling right now. A lot of crazy things going on in wrestling. But just for the record, always been Xbox game, man. Always Gears of War. Yeah, so there's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show last night as much as I did. The Street Profits will break up before the year. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Yeah, I think Goldberg will defeat Gunther at WrestleMania. Stop it. We're never going to see that happen. Yeah, so good job, you guys. Appreciate you guys coming through with the comments, staying in the chat, rocking with your boy. Appreciate you, Saran, Gruss, Kid Get Money, everybody that was in here, man. Devi looks like a new watcher. Appreciate you coming through, famo. Yeah, I'll be here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday doing blunt ratings. Figs will be here starting next week every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday doing the wild news joints. And we'll be here every Wednesday. The whole team will be here doing the On a Wrestling High podcast. So everybody's got their schedules. Everybody is confirmed that they'll be back this week for predictions. Be back tomorrow for predictions. So look like we're full steam ahead. The whole team is back. Everything is set up. Again, you see we got new setup as far as the look of the streams. Hopefully you guys like it. You like how the stream looks like a pack of backwoods. That took a lot of work, man. I had to do a lot of stuff. Cause see, I could do. Hold on, let me see. Can I go? I don't want to mess nothing up. Hold on. Okay. See, I can make everything disappear like that, and then and then I can make it all reappear because it's just, and then when we do SmackDown, I could just go bang, 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 and then it all comes back, baby. We ain't doing SmackDown right now. We doing Monday Night Raw, baby. And it got a 3.2. So it takes a lot to put all this stuff together. So I've been trying to put all this together on the stream to make the stream look good for you guys, make it look a little bit more professional, a bit more professional. and so on and so forth. Some people care about that. Some people don't. You know what I mean? I care about it because I like watching things that look nice. So appreciate you guys for supporting us as always. We've been very sporadic with the content over the last 2-3 months. That is all on me. Between dealing with life stuff and wanting to revamp the channel so it's exactly what I wanted to present, even with the predictions and the watch along shows. Like, I wanted those to look as good as possible and be as interactive as possible. I wanted to make sure that I gave time for me to respond to all you guys' comments at the end of every show we do. And all those things, man. Just want to like reformat a lot of stuff. So I really, 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 really appreciate y'all patience with us, because I know most people will just be out when you miss a couple weeks on, a YouTube channel, and, most people just lose all their subs. It's not like we have a bunch of them anyway. It's a brand new channel. But the people who do show up every time they see us go live or they hit that noti bell, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all know who y'all are, man. But until the next time, love you guys. See you on the next one. Peace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @WrestlingOnWe, and thanks for watching.